Welcome to Chase Talks. My name's Chase, and today we are doing something very, very different. We are going into our battle for our SAPL Week 3. Your Gary Southshore Raikous are facing off against Legacy and the Green Bay Pichus. Now, what ended up happening during this match was we went about 32 minutes into the battle, and we disconnected. Legacy disconnected from me, and we were like, "Oh, poop! What are we gonna do?" Because that game is now gone forever. Because I don't have the ability to record live. Somebody helps me. Somebody records for me and sends me the battle. It's Ruffy. He's a very great person. He does that for me. He is awesome. I'll link to his channel in the description. Please check him out. He is a great person. He normally records my battles for me. So, me and Legacy are sitting here and we're like, "Oh, poop! What are we gonna do?" We had the super long battle. I don't remember most of the turns that happened in the battle. He doesn't remember most of the turns of what happened in the battle. And we had 4v4 Pokemon. His Mega DNC set up on my little Mola and was primed to sweep. And it was going to be between Lycanroc-dusk and Mega DNC Speed Tie to whether or not he was going to win the match or I was going to stop his sweep. And from that point, he still had the ability to win the match. It wasn't for sure whether or not I was going to win from that point. He said I could just have the win because he was the one that disconnected. I said, no, if anything, you deserve the win because you were in a better position to win than I was. And then he was like, well, we could just restart and play through the entire game. And I was like, well, there were a lot of things that information mattered in that game. So I didn't know if that was definitely the best decision, was to replay the entire game. And replaying through all those turns was going to be crazy, excuse me. So I proposed to him. He said, he proposed to me. He said, why don't we do just Mega DNC versus Lycanroc-dusk? Just do the speed tie. Whoever wins the speed tie wins the game. And I said, yeah, but that's not really what was going to happen. It was going to be if I won the speed tie, it wasn't necessarily 100% that I was going to win at that point. I would have just stopped Mega DNC from sweeping me. So I said, how about we do this? How about we just have 4v4, your 4 Pokemon that were still alive versus my 4 Pokemon that were still alive. I said this is a dumb idea. I said, why don't we just do that? Play out a new battle, a new game with those 4 Pokemon on each of our teams, and we'll just give the win to whoever wins that 4v4. And he said, all right, let's do it. So this is that 4v4. I'm not going to do a team builder at the front of this video. We're going to hop straight into the battle. I just wanted to give that little synopsis of why this is different in week 4. We will, fingers crossed, have a normal battle going back to the old thing. I just didn't want to deny you guys the week 3 battle. So I'm going to go ahead and click play, and we're going to see what happened. So I decided to lead my, whoa, we're going to get it right there. I decided to lead my Primarina. I'm going to pause it for just a second. I just clicked Moonblast. Moonblast hits everything on his team, and it hits his Donphan and brings it down to Sturdy, and he decides to set up his Stealth Rocks. At this point, I'm free to just click Moonblast. Again, I know I outspeed the Donphan, and I do KO it. Nothing wants to switch into that. At this point, I didn't know from the other battle really what his kyurem-black set was, so I just switched into a Alomola because I knew it had Fusion Bolt. That's the only thing I know about this set at this point, is the fact that it has Fusion Bolt, and I know that Alomola can take one of those. I expected him to switch into Mega DNC to set up here, so I switched into my Ozai after Stealth Rocks. Now, he goes for Earth Power, and it's a roll, and I win the roll. It was a roll, I believe, in his favor. My Iron Head goes off, and it takes out his Mega DNC. He brings in his Hariyama, fakes out, and takes out my Ozai. Now, we end up with a Purple Ranger Hariyama smash, where I really can't kill his Hariyama, and he cannot kill my Purple Ranger. I know he has the Electric Z, though, so I do not want to switch into my Primarina, because if I do switch into my Primarina, if he's max speed, he could outspeed with me with the amount of speed EVs I have, and an Electrium Z definitely has the ability to OHKO my Primarina at max HP. I also know he has Close Combat, which has the ability to KO my Lycanroc-dusk at max HP. So just at this point, I have nothing that I can switch into. So I'm just kind of looking for a good position. I'm waiting for him to wear himself down. I'm really waiting for him to use his Electrium Z. I want him to use that, or he's just going to die to Scalds. And if he uses that, I have the ability to switch into my Primarine and kill it. So at this turn, he uses it. And man, that does a lot of damage to me. I am going to get my wish back after this Scald. And I end up getting the burn, which is great because he's not Guts. I actually knew he was Thick Fat earlier because he switched into my Ozai, so I assumed he was Thick Fat. I set up a wish here, and I just go for the protect to get my wish. I thought the burn would KO him at this point. So, I saw the amount of damage that kyurem-black could do to me before. Fusion Bolt Okos my Primarina, and if he has a ground type move, it KOs my Lycanroc-Dusk. So at this point, my entire mindset is I just got to stall out his Fusion Bolts, then I can switch in Primarina, and Primarina can end the game. So we're going back and forth. We're doing this exchange. I'm stalling out his last 8 PP. He doesn't switch from the Fusion Bolt. I don't really think that's suspicious that he's not switching from the Fusion Bolt, because that's his best way, since he clearly didn't have a Z move, that's his best way to take out my Purple Ranger. So we're going back and forth, going back and forth, going back and forth. I think is this one of the last turns? Oh, and he struggles this turn. That was the last turn. I just wanted to get the wish up, because I wanted to see what next move he was going to use to decide whether or not I switched into Lycanroc or into Primarina, and he struggled, so it turned out that he was Choice Scarfed the entire time, and I had no idea that he was Choice Scarfed. So I did just switch into Lycanroc-Dusk. Lycanroc-Dusk goes for the Iron Head, and it does take out his kyurem-black. So we pick up our win. Your Gary Southshore Raikous pick up their second win of the SAPL season. We are 2-1 in the season so far. GG to my opponent. I'm sorry that I got super stally at the end there. That ended up being a long stall at the end. 8 turns of stall to get rid of his Fusion Bolt PP. I was really afraid, though, because at that point I had no idea that he was Scarfed. So I was super afraid because I calced Fusion Bolt, and even if Primarina was at max HP and I didn't have rocks on the field, Primarina was going to die to a Fusion Bolt. I calced Lycanroc-Dusk, and I was like, oh man, if he goes for Earth Power, Lycanroc-Dusk is going to die to it, especially after Rocks. It was going to die to it before Rocks, but it was 100% going to die to it after Rocks. So at that point, I was like, oh no, what do I do? I knew Fusion Bolt's damage, so I was like, well, all I can do is wait till he runs out of Fusion Bolts, look at what his next move that he's going to use is, and then I can switch into Primarina to get the kill, most likely, or I can switch into Lycanroc-Dusk if it doesn't look like he has an Earth Power. So that was my thought process during that entire exchange, and it did end up working out. I feel bad that I got stally at the end there, because definitely my goal wasn't to stall him out, but that kind of became my only win condition, though I kind of knew I was going to win as soon as I took out his Mega Diancie, because his Hariyama and his kyurem-black did not have the position, did not have the momentum, the position to break through a Alomola, even if, well, it really was going to be determined by my own play. If I had misplayed with a Alomola, it's definitely for sure that like the combination of his like Electrium Z and a Fusion Bolt could have for sure taken me out, or if I would have gotten hit by 2 Fusion Bolts or like a Thunder Punch or a Close Combat and a Fusion Bolt, that could have taken me out. So if I misplayed with my Alomola, I could have definitely lost there. But GG to my opponent. This video is a super different video than anything else that I've done for the SAPL, for SAPL. And I just wanted to have it out there just so that week 3 wouldn't be gone forever. So next week, week 4, is going to be back to our normal trend where I'm doing a team builder beforehand, and then I'll be breaking down a, hopefully, Wi-Fi replay. And until next time, remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe so you never miss another episode of Chase Talks. Until next time, this is Chase, signing off.